to Four Stories Dublin. You know the drill, Paul, Dean, Liam. Today we are going to talk about the first episode of Wednesday. Now, this is the third major adaptation of the comic book The Addams Family, created by Charles Addams. We already got the Barry Sonnenfeld movies in 1991. Then we got the animated films released around 2017 to 2019. And now we have this Netflix adaptation helmed by Alfred Goh and Miles Miller, the creators of Smallville, with an executive produced and episodes directed by Tim Burton. Fun fact, he was originally going to direct the 1991 original film with Angelica Houston, but he had to leave due to other scheduling conflicts that have happened.
Yeah, so he kind of worked on that film on the style of it though, did he? He helped them with the style. I have to say, I was a big fan. When I was a kid, I grew up watching The Addams Family. I seen the old black and whites, and then when I seen the new films that came out in the 90s, right? Now, I think a lot of the cast here had a big task because Morticia, Angelica Houston, she played it so well. But then now we have Catherine Zeta-Jones, and I think she's good. She does well. Wednesday was originally Christina Ricci, and now they have Jenna
Ortega.
Yeah, and she's fantastic in it. Now, it's a nice little note to this is that they actually kept Christina in it.
Yeah, as a supporting role.
A supporting role where she's the Marilyn. She's Marilyn. She's the dorm mom, and she does the botanics for the group. Gomez was originally Raul Julia. Yeah, and he was amazing. And we've got
that was one of his final roles before he passed.
Yeah, and we've Luis
Guzman.
And he's fantastic in this.
To be fair, he's basically fantastic in anything. Have you seen Boogie Nights?
I have, yeah.
Boogie Nights is great.
Yeah.
Okay, but enough about that.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
So we've an update of the cast, you know, that way.
Yeah.
But it works for me. It really works for me. Right? So like starts off Wednesday, she's going to school, she's going to a normal high school as such, and she just stands out. Right? We'll go quick through this. She's walked through, obviously she's very different, but she doesn't care. I think Jenny Ortega held the screen. No matter what, she held the screen. It leads us to a scene where basically we find Pugsley. Now Pugsley in this iteration is a bit more of a sensitive soul than the last Pugsley, I thought. That was a bit of a change for me. But she finds him locked in her locker with an apple in his mouth tied up. So she lets him out and he's like upset, and she has no time for emotion, but she's got to do something. So we discover she's psychic powers when she touches him. So she has visions of things. So of course they go in and with that old French music, and she drops piranhas into the bullies in the swimming team.
I'll play the Edith Piaf.
And a man loses a testicle. I have to say, some people are covering this like as in one video, but I think each episode is actually really good and they deserve a thing of itself.
Because keep in mind, this is an 8-hour television show.
It's 8 hours, yeah. So we go from there, and she's going to be she's driven to Nevermore, which I think is a Edgar Allan Poe reference, isn't it? Nevermore.
The Raven.
And they're in the car, and we've gone back to Gomez and Morticia. Basically, they're very tactile, and this is embarrassing for the family, you know what I mean? So Morticia's basically saying, we want to bring you a place where you're understood, because Wednesday never feels understood, you know, that way. And the reason she has to get out of that school is she was potentially up for attempted murder. Yeah. And the actress is brilliant. She's like, what do you think when people say that? It shows I don't get the job done. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
So anyway, she goes and meets the principal, who's Gwendoline Christie. Who I loved, who was the big woman in Game of Thrones.
She was Captain Phasma in the sequel trilogy.
They underutilised her. Well, she's a good actress, and she plays Morticia's old roommate Larissa Weems. So they sit down with her, and she's the principal, and she's a good authority figure, I have to say, in this. And she sits down, and Morticia says basically she has to go court appointed therapy. That's the reason she got off of the attempted murder charge. So we're starting to see the characters really fleshed out really well in this from the start, and we have their little meeting, and I thought that was great because Wednesday does not care. She just says whatever comes into her head,
and it's great because it's a really good setup for the other episodes that were to come, the story that was to come.
Big time.
Because it's basically, because this is an 8-hour television show, each episode lasts for an hour.
Yeah.
The first episode basically deliberately sets up Nevermore Academy, the relationships of the characters.
And the town, Jericho.
Yeah,
you know? Town. So she's gone for, so she's, basically, Wednesday does not want to be her mother. Morticia wants her to be the same, you know? So she goes, so before she leaves, Morticia says, do not try to escape. We know we've informed all your family. You know what I mean? So when she goes to her dorm, Christina, Riki, brings her into Edith Sinclair, right? Who's a werewolf, but she's really colourful. We're starting to see Wednesday has no time for this.
She hates it.
Hates her.
Colour.
Hates colour.
You can see so much of Tim Burton's style implemented throughout.
Oh, he was so good at that. And so then she goes on to fencing, and we get the scenes of the fencing, and the fencing is brilliant.
Savage.
But the girl there, Joy, I forget the name, the actress, that's the actress's name, who she plays, the girl with the black girl with
Bianca.
the man, Bianca. She plays it very well. And I think it's the first time Wednesday actually deals with someone that's well capable of her.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time, and that sets
the tone for them.
Sets the tone for them. So we kind of feel that's who she's going to have the issue with. So early in the episode, we know that the cop is hiding, the sheriff is hiding things because there's bodies being found around Nevermore. And he thinks it's near Nevermore, and he thinks it's something to do with skill, but he won't announce it because of the panic it caused. So she goes from our fencing the whole lot. And we've so much scenes, someone tries to kill her, with a gargoyle. She then we've so many little love interests coming our way, why she does things. And when your man's saying he helps her, she's just stone cold, why are you helping me, and he's just so she's not used to people being nice to her, you know what I mean? Yeah. So they send her to her court appointed counsellor, and your man Gwendoline is in the car with her, she says, you're is this not above your pay grade? And she says, considering your amount escaping. So true to her word, Wednesday does escape. And what I love about her is everywhere she goes, she brings chaos. She gets down on the ground, somebody calls her a weirdo, she's a vision of them dying. Then she goes in for a coffee. She knows how to fix the machine.
Yeah.
The humour in it, she wanted to use she had a steam-powered guillotine to effectively cut her doll's heads off more.
It's dark humour.
It's pure dark humour, and it's brilliant. And so along the way, she goes into the town, she meets the local lad, the sheriff's son, the whole lot. And of course, 3 bullies try to take her on.
Pilgrims.
Yeah, pilgrims.
They are, yeah.
And she mills them. Where did your love come from? My uncle taught me. So I think Uncle Fester's coming into this now. And he was 5 years.
Oh, was he a monk? No, he was a prisoner.
And Fester is brilliant. So she's trying to escape. She's being found out. So she walks out with her man. She realises she can't buy her man. That she's going to try to escape near this fun fair. And that's when things kick off. She's in the fun fair, they're going to escape, cause diversions. She's brilliant at causing diversions. Gwendoline's brilliant in it, just eating the burger the way she does and the whole lot. She runs off to the forest She runs off, deals with the thugs, and now we discover the person that was trying to kill her. The young fella with the glasses, and he has the picture of her. He has the picture, and he said she's going and he is going to burn down. She's going to burn down Nevermore and everybody in it. Yeah. And he said like his mother had visions of this and the whole lot, but she has her vision, and he's like trying to mill her up against the tree, and basically the monster comes in and mills him. So it was really good for me. First episode, I thought like sometimes they pace these things. This was brilliant as a first episode. Set everything up.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. I knew there was maybe 10, 12 setups in the show. But I didn't feel it. I just was going in to the next one, and I loved it.
Yeah. It was set up, but it was like functional setup. And the setup doesn't really get in the way of some... The setup really doesn't get in the way of the humor and the characters in the show. You're basically just kind of intrigued as to what the next episode is going to be.
Yeah.
And how the story would pan out overall in its 8-episode season arc.
And we see Ting as well.
Ting is good.
And did you see how they done it? They literally put a man's hand there. They have a little lump here on a prosthetic. And he's blue screened. He's a blue body. And so people were saying, how is the CGI so good in this?
It was a real hand.
It was a real hand. And I thought it was so good, Ting being there. And I think it's given enough homage to the original, and the amount of little in-jokes. Like your one says, Bianca says, do you bleed black and white? Because it was originally, are you creepy the kooky? There was a lot.
Because it was a black and white comic strip.
Yeah. But I think there was enough in there that if you were a fan of the original to like it. But if you didn't like Dean, what did you think of it? Because you didn't watch the Addams Family previously.
Any of the Addams Family. So all I knew about this show was Wednesday was the little girl in the Addams Family herself. Now, Addams Family wasn't my type of film then when they were all out, and I wouldn't go back watching them. Even this show isn't that bad.
Yeah,
I came in to watch it with an open mind. I didn't see it as right. This is part of the Addams Family. I seen this as right. This is Wednesday.
Yeah,
and it's dark.
It is dark.
It's dark. It has like a kind of a genre of
it's a teen drama you can watch, isn't it?
It's like that. More like Teen Wolf, the TV show.
Yeah,
in a sense.
I was saying Riverdale because it's kind of a reinvention of the Archie comics. This kind of feels like a reinvention of the Addams Family, just focusing on one of the family members.
Yeah.
And try and implementing that into a teen drama mystery.
Yeah, and I was loving it. I love the aesthetics of it. Her room, half it is black, and you have her.
Then the other half is all bright and colourful.
She's played the violin and all. I seen the schedule your one Jenny Ortega had for this. Jenna, sorry. It was crazy.
Yeah.
She would literally film it, get up 4:30 in the morning, film it, then she'd go to fencing lessons, violin lessons, and was filmed all in Romania, and I think it gives it a great look for that.
Yeah. Some of the compositions really help to support that. Not just in how aesthetically appealing it is, but in terms of how it conveys it really conveys the feelings of Wednesday and some of the characters as well. There was one shot that I really love, especially you see two halves of the room. You see the side that Enid has, and you see the side that Wednesday has.
The colourful werewolf.
I think it's great because it shows the differences between the two characters.
Yeah.
I love those compositions like that.
It was good, and the humour, as you said, was black. And I love her quips. I did the way she comes back.
She's a great actress.
The rumours going around about her, and instead of trying to quash them, she tries to make them worse. You know what I mean? I think it was a really good watch, and I did not expect this to be as good as it was. I really did.
I'm the same. I kind of enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Have to be fair.
I didn't really have much expectations when I first heard about it. I thought, okay, alright. But then I thought, okay, maybe I could give the first episode a watch. And I would kind of thought, okay, this is going well. It can get into some of the trappings of televisions nowadays, where it's more about continuously trying to tell a story throughout a season-long arc. But I think the first episode as is, I was kind of pleasantly surprised by how much I thought it was, by how much I kind of liked it.
And Tim Burton's fingerprints are all over this.
All over.
It's great.
The Gothic architecture,
It's like a blend of Sweeney Todd with Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah. Yeah, especially like the outcast characters. His characters are always outcast. It even goes back all the way to his directorial debut, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, where Pee Wee Herman is an outcast. Bruce Wayne, at least, his version of Bruce Wayne is an outcast. It's basically all over in Wednesday.
Yeah. Oh, I really enjoyed this, and I did not expect it to be as good as it was, because I was like, it's a hard task to follow. But Jenna, as I said, she takes up that screen.
No question.
And Catherine Zeta-Jones, fantastic.
Just
the only criticism I could see was they've made Pugsley too soft for me.
I would say that I would have liked it a bit more if it was maybe a 2-hour movie instead of like an 8-hour series. But I guess that's probably my personal preference for, movies over television.
Well, that's it.
But it's good to keep things with an open mind at times.
Most definitely. I also feel there's a lot of rewatchability to this.
Oh yeah.
And that's a lot of times I watch things now and I go, enjoyed it, but will I watch it again?
Yeah.
I think I might watch this again. And I think you could put people of different ages down and everybody gets something from it. The comic styling of it. So I'm going to hit everybody for a rating. What are you thinking?
Gotta be an 8.5 out of 10. It's a really solid build-up to the show. It's great. It's great in its world building and establishing its relationship with the characters and the overall story of where it's going to go. And there's a lot of aspects that I really adored in the first episode.
Yeah.
And I think, having seen the first episode, I'm kind of curious to see how the rest of the season would pan out.
Which is a successful first episode when you think about it. It sets it up.
It is.
Yeah.
What was your thinking, Dane?
I never watched The Addams Family, as I said.
Yeah.
So going into this, I had to have an open mind more so than anything else. But I'd give it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It's dark.
What did you like?
In general, it was really good. The characters were played very well.
Yes.
I know of The Addams Family. I never watched it, so I kind of had an idea, right? I know who was who. But it's a good aspect as to where, she is kind of outcasted compared to everyone. And now, they're all freaks in this, never more.
Oh, yes.
She's outcast. She's outcasted to this, do you know what I mean?
An outcast among outcasts.
And it just shows she's a little devil of destruction, if she wants to be.
Everywhere she
And it's
goes.
great. No, it's fantastic and it's great. And the actor the little actor that played her, fantastic.
She's brilliant, isn't she?
Oh, she played her fantastic.
Oh.
She stole the show.
There was nothing really I could say was bad about it. I kind of understood how everything was going on, but
Yeah.
fantastic.
And that's good, because sometimes they're making things now and it's like you have to know this and this, and then they put in Easter eggs. But if you don't watch the show, the Easter egg comes off badly. I didn't feel that happened here.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the kind of thing you could come in and either have no prior knowledge of the Addams Family, or have an extensive knowledge of the Addams Family, and it could depend on your reaction to how you see the show, how you see the first episode.
Yeah. I'm going to give this 9 out of 10. I thought some of the scenes were amazing. There was so much rewatchability. The piranhas, the style, Tim Burton.
And that was what started it off.
And this is the thing we've said before about sometimes people are taking properties and they're putting their own agendas into it. I like the way they dealt with the modern world. That was something they had to do.
Yeah.
But the source material was respected. And I don't think Christina would have came in and Tim Burton wouldn't have came in if they didn't feel that.
Yeah.
And as I said, 9 out of 10, I was like, yes, I would watch this. It's probably one of the few teen dramas I actually would watch. But it didn't feel... I
like
knew
a
there
teen
was
drama.
Yeah, I knew there was elements of the teen drama, but I didn't care. It was just
addicting to watch, and it was creative in its style, and it was beautiful in how it just shows everything, and how it tells so much story.
Yeah, and it took an influence of like Harry Potter and the Hogwarts and the school and the whole lot, but they did their own thing with it, which was I thought was brilliant.
That's what I think more people who are acquiring property should do.
Yeah.
Do their own thing without being confined as to the expectations of what a certain IP should handle. You know? Creativity should come first.
Big time.
Even if Hollywood wants to rely so much on IP all the time, if that's how they're going to do it, then at least maybe try an inventive way to make a film about that IP while understanding the spirit of
and
what the
something
original
different
IP.
Still something new with it.
It's what movies like the Lego Movie have done so well.
Yeah, Batman in it. I love Batman and the Lego Movie.
Yeah,
It's
so
brilliant. So I think we're going to sign off on that. Well, if you enjoyed this one, give us a like and subscribe. And we are going to be doing all the episodes. So
All 8 episodes.
stay tuned. Best luck.
Cheers.
Bye.
Goodbye.